Yeah, Mike here, and John, I'll split it in three, verses 1 to 15 here, of the Gospel of John, chapter 4. Chapter 5. Sometime later, Jesus went up to Jerusalem for a feast of the Jews. Now there is one of the high days. Now there is in Jerusalem near the sheep gate a pool, which in Aramaic is called Bethesda, and which is surrounded by five colored colonnades. Here a great number of disabled people used to lie: the blind, the lame, the paralyzed. One who was there had been an invalid for 38 years. An invalid. Well, sorry, invalid. It is invalid, sorry. When Jesus saw him lying there and learned that he had been in this condition for a long time, he asked him, "Do you want to get well?" "Sir," the invalid said, "I have no one to help me into the pool where the water is stirred. While I am trying to get in, someone else goes down ahead of me." Then Jesus said to him, "Get up, pick up your mat, and walk." At once the man was cured. He picked up his mat and walked. The day on which this took place was a Sabbath. And so the Jews said to the man who had been healed, "Is it the Sabbath? It is the Sabbath. The law forbids you to carry your mat." They made a whole law out of the Sabbath, the Pharisees. It doesn't say here if it's a regular Sabbath or a high day Sabbath. I think it was the high day from before. Anyhow, a festival day. Anyhow, I don't have time. Verse 11, but he replied, "The man who made me well said to me, 'Pick up your mat.'" That's right, pick up your mat and walk. So they asked him, "Who is this fellow who told you to pick up and walk?" The man who was healed had no idea who it was, for Jesus had slipped away into the crowd that was there. Later, Jesus found him at this temple and said to him, "See, you are well again. Stop sinning, or something worse may happen to you." The man went away and told the Jews that it was Jesus who had made him well. Look at this. This is a classic case right in Scripture where Christ says to him, "Stop sinning, or something worse may happen to you." Now, not in all cases, but here, now that's it, the end of 15. But here Jesus actually says, I need to go here, that it was obviously he did something sinful that caused him to get in that way. Because Jesus says, "Stop sinning and it'll be well